Boom! Alright, Bourbon Quest. It's your host, Bourbon Steve. Welcome to another episode of Bourbon Quest. So, today we're going to be doing Clyde Mays. This is a whiskey I've never had before. Had these bottles for a while. Did a little bit of reading on it. Was not impressed by the story, but we'll talk a little bit about it. Just so, this is a Clyde Mays straight bourbon whiskey. It is 92 proof. It is a single barrel store pick from Total Wine that I got a while back. And this is a Clyde Mays 6-year-old single barrel store pick, 102 proof. Again, a store pick from Total Wine, 6-year-old bourbon. So let's just kind of look at the bottles and tell you what it says on here. It says since 1946, it's Conco Ridge Distillery. It says Alabama, USA, but it's actually New York, Long Island, New York. That's why I don't like the story. It's kind of all over the place. Straight bourbon whiskey, non-chilled filter. This one honoring the historic distillation process made famous by Clyde Mays. It says master distiller Clyde Mays, which that's not freaking true. So, what you be and say what you be and be what you say. Clyde Mays was a moonshiner by trade, but a craftsman by heart. He made his famous whiskey in hand-built copper stills with fresh Alabama spring water and the finest local ingredients. The man was locked up for his passion 8 months in the federal penitentiary, yet he started up those copper stills the day he got out. This straight bourbon honors Clyde Mays' dedication to the craft. We use simple ingredients and a patient aging process to produce a fine, easy drinking spirit. Like Clyde's own moonshine, it's a whiskey with integrity, straightforward, mouth sitting, rocking, what is that? Straightforward, port sitting, rocking chair bourbon, and this time it's perfectly legal. Again, it's 92 proof. It's distilled in Indiana, so it's Mgp juice, using some kind of cockamamie Alabama style whiskey. They try to play it off as Alabama. They try to say Clyde Mays is the master distiller. It's done out of New York. It's just all over the place. So, I mean, I'm hoping the whiskey's good because the stories, I mean, they're just playing, homage to this, legendary figure in Alabama, moonshiner Clyde Mays. Again, it's Conco Ridge Distilleries, which I looked up is Long Island, New York. Again, this one is 6 years old, 102 proof, distilled and aged for 6 years in charred American oak barrels, handcrafted following the original recipe. Approved for public release. And then on the back here you got Clyde Mays experimented over the years to maintain his well-earned reputation. Early on he discovered his proprietary award-winning Alabama style recipe, which I don't know what that necessarily means other than using Alabama spring water. If you know a definition of what Alabama style, I mean, we know what the Lincoln County process is for Tennessee whiskey being charcoal mellowed, but I don't really know necessarily what Alabama style means. But anyways, he perfected it using different proportions of grains in his mash. Aspiring to that same spirit, this limited edition single barrel straight bourbon has a distinctive bolder mash bill than our premium smooth straight bourbon whiskey, bottled one barrel at a time and hand selected by this proprietor. It's about as close as you can get to knowing a guy who knows to get Clyde Mays good stuff. It's freaking horseshit. Again, distilled in Indiana, bottled by Conco Brands, Lawrenceburg, Indiana, Mgp juice. I don't know. If you've had these or like these, let me know, because we're about to find out. These are, again, going to be 2 fresh uncorking. So, pause for cork pop. America, Alabama, whatever. New York. They don't know where they're from. Alright, so we'll do a 2-ounce pour, as always, into our infinity bottle. Actually, we're into the overflow infinity bottle. There's plenty on the carpet, but that's alright. Alright, so we got that one out of the way, and now to this 102 6-year-old proof. I don't have high expectations about this, to be honest, but pause for cork pot. Mainly just because I don't like the story, but maybe the stuff is good. We'll find out. Oh yeah, we gotta do our infinity bottle pour. Does not pour well into this bottle. Alright, we got that out of the way. Alright, now we can get into these. So we'll start off with the 92 proof, is it? Yeah, 92 proof. The nose is sweet, caramel, vanilla, like funnel cake. Very sweet on the nose. Yeah, I get vanilla, caramel, funnel cake. Alright, cheers, Bourbon Quest. Yeah. I mean, it's sweet, but it tastes young. Little ragged edges, stringent. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. Remember, stay hydrated, my friends. Alright, let's go in for a second sip. Again, leave a comment if you know what Alabama style is, or if you've had Clyde Mays, what your thoughts are on this, if you like it, what it is you like about it. Cheers, Bourbon Quest. Yeah. I mean, it's ragged, it's harsh. I mean, it's very sweet, but it's overtaken by the youthfulness, the ragged edges, the stringent on that. I'm just not a fan of that one. Let's go to the second one. We may be killing off another brand. I may not buy another Clyde Mays product. That's kind of the... I mean, I'm trying to eliminate some. I eliminated Yellowstone, if you watched that video a couple days ago. Funny story about that, but... Alright. You definitely get some more oakiness on the nose on this. More alcohol, more ethanol. I don't get any of that funnel cake this time, just more... It's hard to get much through the ethanol on that. I mean, it's not that it's really high proof, it's like 102 proof. Yeah, it's 102, so... But it doesn't really allow any of the other flavors to come through. Maybe a little bit of butterscotch and caramel. Cheers, Bourbon Quest. Ooh, that's weird. It's like... It's a bad combination between butterscotch and chocolate. Ooh. I like both of those flavors, but that does not work well together. Alright. Cheers, Bourbon Quest. Ugh. Yeah, it's a bad combination between butter, scotch, chocolate, and then like, I don't know, some kind of fruit like apricot, or it is not good. These are both a thumbs down. I don't know what this Alabama style means. Don't really care. Didn't like the story. Don't like the whiskey. I'm out for Clyde Mays. I'm not buying another product. Again, I'm going to have to get George over here to drink some of this off, because those are not good. I'd say this one's better than that one. That's just a weird, bad combination that does not commingle or work well together. So these are both a thumbs down. I'm not a Clyde Mays fan. Was hoping the whiskey would be better, but again, yeah. 2 strikes and you're out of here, Clyde Mays. I'm not buying another product from that brand name. And I don't even know anything else that that Konuke distillery out of freaking Long Island, New York makes. But hey, if you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button. Smash that like button for the content that I put out there. Do yourself a favor, ring that bell for notifications. Feel free to leave a comment if you know any more of the story behind Clyde Mays. I mean, his story wasn't that fascinating. I mean, he was a moonshiner, spent some time in the penitentiary, and then whatever, and then they re-erected this brand in 2001. So it's not been around a very long time, and it's all over the place. They try to pay some homage to this Clyde Mays character, this Alabama style, and I think playing it off as Alabama's official spirit. And it's not even Alabama stuff. It's freaking distilled by Mgp and bottled or whatever from this distillery up in Long Island, New York. So they don't know what their lineage is or history is or what even their identity is. And I think that's a real problem. And the whiskey has no identity either, in my opinion. It's bad. So there you have it, my honest opinion. If you have a similar experience or a different experience, or if you like this, I'd be interested in those comments too. But that's going to wrap it up. Bourbon Quest is out on Clyde Mays. But hey, go ahead, subscribe, like, comment, all those good things. Ring that bell, and we'll wrap this up because we got better things to do than Clyde Mays. But before we do, I just want to say, as always, my wish for you is that all your Bourbon Quest dreams come true. That's a wrap, Bourbon Quest. So long, Clyde Mays. I mean, if you want a historical, like, bootlegger type figure, George Remus, MGP's own brand name stuff, is the way to go. But definitely George Remus over Clyde Mays. That's a no-brainer, bro. Alright, see you, Bourbon Quest. Until next time, my friends.